Fox Sports.
We are Baltimore. We are Wisconsin.
Another gorgeous day, another turn of the calendar for the Brewers as a first-place team here on June 1st. It's the Cubs and the Brew Crew, the rubber match of this I-94 series, locked up at a game apiece. Jeff Samardzija leads the majors with a 1.68 ERA. He opposes Kyle Lohse out on the hill. These two hooked up May 16th in Chicago. Lohse picking up the win in that game. Our telecast continues here on Fox Sports Wisconsin of Brewers baseball. Craig Kashan, Jerry Augustine back on board with you. And Kyle Lohse continues to be the mainstay of this Brewer pitching staff right now, hoping for another series win. He's the guy that seems to be getting it done, but he was hit a little hard in his last start.
Yeah, he has, and it all starts with location. And one thing that Kyle needs to do today is really get off to that good start. Set the tempo early, having good command with that fastball, his breaking stuff. But it all comes down to his command with the off-speed stuff. When he can command that breaking ball and change up in good locations, things go well. And when you can command a pitch and you get ahead of hitters, you get that early contact. Early contact, command, good location, he'll go deeper in the ball game.
Jeff Samardzija went 16 starts between wins. Augie, what's the scouting report on him today?
Well, he's got a great fastball. He's got that 2- and 4-seam fastball. That 4-seam fastball's got good velocity that he can locate. The 2-seam fastball, a lot of movement, and he uses a lot. But he really has a good break ball. That slider he can sometimes use as an out pitch, and I'm going to tell you what, he likes the center stage. He's the guy, one of those good pitchers that wants the ball each and every day to go out and challenge the opponent.
This could easily be the premier pitching matchup in all of baseball here on this Sunday. Well, 2 months into a 6-month baseball marathon, BA and Rock tell us why it's been so far so good for the Brew Crew.
Ready for game time here at Miller Park. Still filing in, expecting another big crowd today. The Brewers and the Cubs. Final game of this 3-game series. And coming into today, the Brewers have the second best record in the National League. Only the Giants with a better record. The Giants are 16 games over 500. They're playing great right now. They'll match up against the Cardinals today as well. And we welcome you back from Miller Park. Bill Schroeder, Brian Anderson. Well, the Brewers hit the month of June in great shape in the standings. Right now, the Brewers are in first place. They have a 3-game lead, Rock, and you compare what happened in April, which was a great month, weathered the storm a little bit in the month of May.
And when you consider all the injuries that the Brewers had to endure in the month of May, Ryan Braun on the disabled list, Ramirez continues to be on the DL, Carlos Gomez missed some time, but the one constant for the Brewers throughout the entire season so far in the first 2 months, the pitching. Pitching has been unbelievable this year, both the starting rotation and the bullpen. So you turn the page over to the month of June, and look what the Brewers are going to have to endure. You got 3 more games here at Miller Park, and then 16 of the next 19 games are on the road for the Brewers, and that's really going to be telling. It seems like every month when you turn the page, everybody says it's a big, important month for Milwaukee and the Brewers to continue, competing in this Central Division. But they seem to be able to pick it up and do what they have to do to continue to win.
Yeah, they got the Twins coming up tomorrow and Tuesday. That 3-game set with the Reds, and then it won't be until May 23rd until they return. Business at hand today, the rubber game series finale. Brewers Cubs coming up next.
Ball on Fox Sports Wisconsin is brought to you by Menards. Save big money on all your home improvement needs at Menards. By Miller Lite, now in the original can, it's Miller time. By Toyota, let's go places. And by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com.
Beautiful sunny day at Miller Park, Milwaukee. Sunday afternoon baseball here. It is 84 degrees. Starting to feel more and more like summer every day, isn't it? This is game 6 of an 8-game, 9-day homestand. Started with the Orioles. Brewers won that series. They have a chance to win this series with a victory today against Rick Renteria's Chicago Cubs. Here's Renteria's batting order today. It's brought to you by Associated Bank. He's got Bonifacio leading off again. Junior Lake, Anthony Rizzo. Rizzo hit 2 homers yesterday. Middle of the order is Starlin Castro, Nate Scherholtz, and Wellington Castillo, with Michael at third, Darwin Barney, the Gold Glover, at second. Jeff Samardzija rounds it out, and that's the batting order that will face Kyle Lohse.
Well, Kyle on the roll right now since the beginning of 2011. Lohse is 47-22. That's 25 games over 500. Off to a very good start this year. 6-1, a 292 earned run average. That earned run average for Kyle Lohse, outstanding so far this year. He's ninth in the league in innings pitched, so he's been eating up valuable innings for that bullpen and Ron Renicky.
Great pitching matchup today, as Craig and Augie mentioned. Kyle Lohse against Jeff Samardzija. Samardzija, the top ERA man in the National League. Lohse has been the most consistent starter the Brewers have had this year. And the first pitch of the game, grounded out to short. Segura with the first chance, and that's the way the day begins for Kyle Lohse. And let's give you the rest of the Brewers defensively, courtesy of Menards.
Yeah, the fourth best defense in all the National League. Davis, Gomez, and Braun pretty consistent in that outfield just about every single day. Mark Reynolds back at third base. Lyle Overbay at first. You got Scooter Gennett back in the lineup, and Jonathan Lucroy back behind home plate. He's playing just about every day these days.
Jerry Meals is the crew chief, the home plate umpire today. Paul Immel, Jordan Baker, and Angel Campos on the bases, as Junior Lake takes ball one. The calendar turns today, June 1st. The Brewers, 2 months under their belt, got off to a great start in April with 20 wins, and had to deal with some injuries in the month of May. Little flare, long run, but Braun will run it down. 2 up and 2 down for Kyle Lohse. Nice running catch by Ryan Braun.
Yeah, a little flare off the end of the bat. Looked like a cut fastball from Lohse, and Lake, a little blooper, but Braun able to make up some ground and make the catch easily in fair territory.
Now, yesterday the Cubs won 8-0, shutting out the Brewers on 4 hits. It was Jason Hamill who picked up his 6th win of the year. He went 7 innings. Willie Peralta suffered his worst start of the year, giving up 6 earned runs. Peralta going 5 2/3. And it was this man at the plate, Anthony Rizzo, that did the most damage. 2 2-run home runs yesterday. Had a 2-run homer with 2 strikes in the 4th inning, and then had another 2-strike 2-run homer in the 6th. That ended up being a 5-run inning for the Cubs in the inning that they put it away in the 6th.
Yeah, rough outing for Willie, as you mentioned. Worst of the year for him, 5 2/3. Just wasn't able to get ahead in the count all that often.
Yeah, Rizzo hit by a pitch. So Lohse trying to come inside, drills him. And the first base runner of the afternoon. Now Rizzo aboard for Starlin Castro. Pretty good pop in the middle of this order for the Cubs. Rizzo, Castro, they've got Wellington, Castillo back in the lineup today. Cubs come in with a record of 20-33. A couple of streaks broken yesterday. The Cubs snapped their 3-game losing streak with the victory, and the Brewers had their 3-game winning streak snapped yesterday.
Yeah, the Cubs, if they get some runs, I mean, they've got a pretty good chance of winning games. Their starting rotation's been pretty good. They're having bullpen issues from time to time.
Slow roll to third. Here's Reynolds. Throws on the run just in time. Nice play in the first inning for Mark Reynolds. And Lohse a scoreless first. Brewers are coming up.
are the Brewers and Ron Renicki's batting order, courtesy of Associated Bank. Segura, Braun, and Lucroy at the top. They continue 1 through 5 with Gomez and Davis. Scooter Gennett hit 6 today with Mark Reynolds, Lyle Overbay, and Kyle Loesch rounding it out.
Now Jeff Samardzija on the mound for the Cubs. He leads the National League in earned run average at 1.68. He's only got 1 win. He picked that win up his last time out against the Giants, snapping a 16-game winless streak dating back to August 24th of last year. So he's pitched in some pretty bad luck this year.
Samardzija, a hard thrower, and the big question for him and last night's starter Jason Hamill, how long will they be Cubs? If they continue to struggle in the division, you figure there are going to be a lot of suitors for Jeff Samardzija and Jason Hamill, contenders trying to pick up frontline pitchers. Hamill is pitching like an ace. Samardzija, while not winning, has that ace stuff and is one of 4 National League hurlers with an earned run average under 2 to start play today. Samardzija, Johnny Cueto, Julio Teheran, and Tim Hudson of the Giants. Segura shoots the hole on the right side. A base hit. Now Segura just keeps hitting. This lineup change for the Brewers has paid off so well. That 4-hit shutout the Cubs put on him yesterday snapped a streak of 9 in a row with double-digit hit totals.
Yeah, the Cubs not figuring Segura to hit the ball on the ground in that direction. They had Barney shaded up the middle. Yeah, Brewers looking for a bounce back offensively from yesterday. Hamill in the bullpen for the Cubs, very good. And not much easier here today with Samardzija on the mound.
Here's Ryan Braun, who comes in hitting .320. 8 home runs, 26 runs batted in. And at the first release of the All-Star voting, Braun, as of right now, would be an All-Star starter in the outfield. He is 3rd among outfielders. And Ryan hammers that one deep to left field. Going back on it is late, looking up, and it's gone! A home run for Braun. Braun's second first inning 2-run homer of this series. His 9th of the year, and the Brewers are on the board quickly.
And his 3rd career home run off of Jeff Samardzija. He hits him well. A batting average well over 400. Now 3 home runs, and picked on a fastball at 94 miles an hour. And lined it out of here to left. Boy, Brewers needed that. Get on the board early.
Ryan Braun now 8 for 17 lifetime against Samardzija with those 3 homers. A quick 2 for the Brew Crew. Here's Lucroy now. Lucroy comes in hitting .321. He leads the ball club in batting average. At least to start play today. Ryan Braun just jumped ahead of him with that home run.
A big gap between Miller Park home runs for Ryan Braun, but starting to get hot. A couple of them in the last 3 games.
Yeah, Braun went over a calendar year without a home run in this ballpark. Of course, he was suspended for the second half of last year. There's Lucroy, a fly ball to right. Got some carry to it, but Schuerholz will run it down at the track. Let's take you back to the Ryan Braun swing to put the Brewers on top today.
Fastball out over the plate, and Ryan Braun with number 9, a Powerball home run count for Brawny. He hits them in bunches. Maybe the start of a lot of home runs for Ryan Braun. Let's see.
Lucroy makes the first out. Here is Carlos Gomez now. And like Lucroy, inside the top 10 in the National League in batting average to start play today. And Gomez lines one to right, but Schuerholz is there. Tough break for Gomez. Line drive out for the second out. And let's check the Cubs defensively. Brought to you by Menards with Lake Bonifacio and Schuerholz in the outfield. Old Castro, Barney, and Rizzo go around the horn with Wellington Castillo behind the plate.
Yeah, pretty solid up the middle for the Cubs with Castro and Barney, two pretty good glove men.
Chris Davis with 2 away. Davis swinging away at that first pitch. Brewers are lashing away early. Davis has a nice streak going, 9-game hitting streak. Started on the road in Miami, and a heavy streak at that. A .441 average. He has 4 homers in the 9 games, and he's driven in 8.
And most of them multi-hit games. That batting average is about .440. Seeing the baseball well, driving the ball to the opposite field. Starting to feel comfortable up there at the plate.
Renick's had him near the bottom of the order, either 6th or 7th, but because of the way he's swinging the bat, he has been elevated to the 5 spot. Flourishing in that role on this homestand. Chris Davis comes in with a batting average of .258. And you figure where he started, he was hitting .227 when this homestand began. That was last Friday against the, I beg your pardon, that was Memorial Day against the Orioles. Davis is 10 for 18 on the homestand. And Samardzija strikes him out. So the inning is over. Didn't take long, but the Brewers strike quickly. Ryan Braun with a 2-run home run to left center. 2-0 Crew as we go to the second. Run in the first inning, and let's check the Feldco All-Star voting update. Brewers have 8 players on this year's ballot. Don't forget you can cast your vote for them at Brewers.com. You see Aramis Ramirez second right now at the first release. Braun there at third. Lucroy and Gomez 4th and 6th respectively. I'd like to see them a little higher on that list. Do your part. Vote Brewers at Brewers.com.
And certainly your first place Brewers should be well represented in the All-Star game in Minnesota. Got to get Lucroy there. Certainly deserves it. One of the best in the business behind home plate.
Now the Brewers strike first here today. Scherholtz leads the way in this second inning for the Cubs. Everyday right fielder for Chicago. He comes in hitting .210. Just a couple of home runs, but hit one here on Friday night against Marco Estrada. The Brewers won the opener Friday. Estrada got the win. There's a shot. Oh, what a play! Scooter Gennett, the Matador, picks it clean and takes care of Scherholtz at first. Wow.
Yeah, no way you can get in front of that one. You need some dental work. Check out Scooter Gennett and the backhand stab on that one hopper. No problem. Spins around and throws to first base. One of the main reasons this team is in first place is because of their defense. Their defense has been solid all year. They've had their times when they've been a little bit shoddy, but for the most part, defense has been great. And that play goes hand in hand with good pitching.
So one gone for Wellington Castillo. And on the first pitch, he bounces to Segura. And 2 quick outs for Kyle Loesch. Take it back to that great defensive play by Gennett. Check this out.
Yeah, ISOing on him like they knew it was coming to him. And look at the way that ball bounces, goes up about head high. And notice how you start low, you go up. That's the instinct. It's very difficult to keep your hands up and then bring them down. That's not the natural reaction that you have. He played that one beautifully.
Two quick ones for Loesch. That'll bring up Mike Olt. Major discrepancy in the batting average versus the production of Mike Olt. He has been a power hitting machine. Most of his hits are home runs. Has 9 homers, 24 runs batted in. 9 of his 21 hits have been home runs.
And because of that, you put him in the lineup. I mean, why not? Gets a hold of one, help you out. But has a lot of holes in that swing, and most of the time the Brewers have pitched him away. And he's had a tough time with the breaking pitch, like this one here. Cut fastball just off the outside corner.
2-2 to Olt, and a swing and a miss. And Kyle Loesch makes quick work of the Cubs in the second inning.
Two to nothing, and mark your calendars for Vintage Brewer Bobblehead Day. That's Sunday, June 15th, when the Brewers battle the Cincinnati Reds. All fans in attendance will get a one-of-a-kind Vintage Brewer Bobblehead courtesy of Time Warner Cable. For tickets, call 414-902-4000 or visit brewers.com.
I got to tell you, that bobblehead is a touch on the creepy side for me right there, the way he was looking at us.
You think?
He's kind of like fish eyeing us with that little smile of his. I don't know. Something about him. I mean, look at him. Yeah, I see you in there. Oh, I see you. Maybe you're not getting that same reaction.
I think he's cute.
Okay, I don't.
That's the way the bobbleheads used to be, you know, when you were a little tight and growing up in Texas.
Right.
They never used to really make them, you know, specific to one player. It was kind of a generic look.
Maybe that's it. Maybe there's a little trauma coming up from my youth.
It's well constructed too. It's nice and heavy. You felt it, didn't you, down in the club, down in the ball?
No, I'm not touching that thing. Scooter Gennett. Shallow left center, and oh, that's going to fall. Gennett hustling all the way and ends up at second base.
Well, that's Junior Lake's ball all the way, and I'm not sure what happened out there. Castro looked like he was under it. Lake kept coming in. It's his baseball. He's the guy that's got to catch that baseball because coming in a lot easier. And Scooter Gennett able to hustle his way into second base. So a gift double for Scooter.
Now remember, Lake converted to the outfield just 2 years ago. He's a shortstop by trade, and that reaction by Samardzija tells you all you need to know about the way his season has gone.
Well, his last game against the Brewers, he lost at Wrigley Field, and the defense was not very good for him early in the game then. Has not had a lot of help from his defense or his offense this year. It's got to be frustrating for him.
Hard to believe that the current leader in earned run average has just one win, and he just got that win in his last start. Mark Reynolds with Gennett at second base. Goes as a double for Gennett. And it's quickly 0-2 on Reynolds.
Yeah, Samardzija hasn't given up more than 3 runs in any start, 3 earned runs in any start this year. This guy's only allowed 14 earned runs so far this year in 11 starts. That's before today. That's unbelievable.
Well, Cubs fans certainly don't want to hear it, but they understand that it could be true. Samardzija still has another year on his deal. He is in a prime spot for the Cubs to get a haul of prospects back for the services of Jeff Samardzija. Be a lot like what the Brewers did with Zach Greinke when they acquired him, with an extra year left as Reynolds strikes out. So Samardzija with a runner at second punches out Mark Reynolds for the first out, and his second strikeout of the day.
And Reynolds has been swinging through these fastballs quite a bit on this homestand. You either get real hot, real cold with Reynolds. Right now having a rough time. That one right down the middle.
I think as frustrated as Samardzija is, and when you're not winning and you're pitching well and you're not winning, that can be upsetting, but it figures he's going to have a shot not to play Theo Epstein here, Jed Hoyer, but he's got a chance to be pitching in some very meaningful games at the end of this series, and the team that does make a run at Samardzija is going to have to give up a lot to get him.
Trading deadline, you figure he's going to be somewhere, no doubt. So 2 months of meaningful games for somebody, you would figure. Yep.
Put Jason Hamill in that category. Cubs certainly have some pieces that they could trade. Of course, they could keep Samardzija and try to hit the restart button next year. And they're in a little bit of limbo right now, the Cubs. You know, where do they go from here? They have some nice pieces. Renteria is in his first year. They've changed the managerial spot, letting Dale Swaim go last season. How long do you have to rebuild would be the question as Overbay fouls it back.
Well, certainly the biggest need that the Cubs have is run production. You look at their outfield. They haven't got much run production out of their outfield positions. You know, Bonifacio, good batting average, gets on base, but when you talk about home runs and RBIs, the outfield hadn't done much. And that's where you need your run production.
One and two to Overbay with Gennett at second, and a swing and a miss. Down he goes. Got him with a breaking ball. Back-to-back strikeouts. Reynolds and Overbay go down swinging.
There's that split-fingered fastball from Jeff Samardzija. It's a good one. Both of his strikeouts have come on that pitch. He got Davis on his splitter in the first inning.
That was a great look at that splitter grip of Samardzija. The ball just tumbles down to the dirt.
Actually, 2 of the 3, not both. There's 3 of them. That's more than both.
Well, Kyle Lohse, the Brewer pitcher, with Gennett at second base. Lohse has 3 hits this year. Has driven in a couple of runs. And that's back up the middle, a base hit. Here comes Gennett. Here comes the throw from Bonifacio. Cut off. Kyle Lohse delivers an RBI single.
Man.
3-0 Brewers.
And making his hits count, isn't he? 3 RBIs now for Lohse. Another 2-out base hit. The same thing in St. Louis. Base hit, hit it hard up the middle. Scooter running on contact with 2 outs, able to score easily.
Well, a pitcher that can help himself at the plate. Gennett scores a 2-out RBI single for Lohse. To the top of the order, here's Segura now. 3-0 Brewers. Good start today for the crew, trying to win this series.
And that'll go down as an earned run, but certainly a ball that should have been caught with that Gennett double.
And Gennett gets that gift, that little flare. Segura trying to cash another one in with 2 outs. Braun, a 2-run homer in the first. Lohse driving in Gennett. You got Ryan on deck. Segura's tied up. Brewers and the Cubs have played it in a dead heat so far this year. Brewers took 2 out of 3 from Chicago here at Miller Park in April. And then just a couple of weeks ago lost 2 out of 3 to the Cubs. That started that 10-game road trip for Milwaukee. And they've split the first 2 in this series. Samardzija started against Milwaukee on May 16th at Wrigley. Took the loss that day. 4 runs, only 2 were earned. Rock was talking about the shoddy defense behind him. Samardzija lasted just 5 innings that day. And Segura, a little jam shot flare. Rizzo has it to end the inning, but Kyle Lohse drives in the run, and the Brewers lead 3-0.
To the 3rd, Ron Renneke saying that certainly his pitching and starting rotation deserves a lot of credit for this first place in the division, but also it's the defensive plays that have come behind them. And in our Southwest non-stoppable play from yesterday, Gene Segura coming in with the barehander to rob Darwin Barney. Gene Segura in the Dominican Republic told us why he likes to make those barehanded plays.
I like to play with my hands. I I always trying to catch ball with my better hands or whatever. You can guys definitely see all the time when I, trying to grab the ball with my hands. The time that I have the opportunity to make it, I always make it and throw. So I like to play with my hands. I love it.
Segura grew up playing in a pasture just down the street from his grandmother's house. No glove, homemade ball, wooden bat, about as old school as it gets. And those barehanded plays have come up huge, obviously, in his All-Star campaign last year and again yesterday.
It's a great story, great connection there, Sophia. And she knows all that because she went down there this offseason to the Dominican Republic. And some great reporting there by Sophia. Great show that we had about not only Segura but Carlos Gomez, and it's fun to go back to where they're from and you start to see some of these skills show up at the big league level that is just run of the mill for them, things that they've been doing their entire lives.
And one of the reasons why Segura doesn't rely on his glove, sometimes you get lazy relying on that big glove that you have on the end of your hand, and he always seems to be able to get in front of the baseball, always on balance, and I think a lot of that has to do with his upbringing and the fact that he didn't use a glove. He had to get in front of everything. You can't backhand and kind of reach for baseballs when you don't have a glove on your hand. And I think that's helped him be the player that he's been out there at shortstop.
All those early habits formed in those back pastures. Segura ranging over this time. He's got it, throws in time. And Darwin Barney is retired.
Barney's hitting some bad luck in this series. Hit some balls hard. The Brewers defense has been able to make the plays. Gene Segura making up ground quickly. Off the bat, looked like that might have been a base hit up the middle. Can't make that play barehanded for sure. Very fortunate that he had a glove that time. And a good throw to first.
Here's Jeff Samardzija. And a pop-up on the first pitch. Scooter Gennett makes the play. You see these shadows starting to creep now. The roof is closing. And if you're wondering why the roof is closing on a beautiful sunny day, there are thunderstorms popping up everywhere. We're no professional weathermen up here, but when you're around baseball long enough, you start to get a sense.
Yeah, when you see the head groundskeeper come out between innings, talk to the umpire, Michael Betcher in this case for the Brewers, you know that their weather coming in. And sure enough, check out the weather. You're good on that radar, by the way. I mean, you jump all over it.
I was thinking about going pro at one point on the radar detection system. But there are lines of thunderstorms heading our way. And it doesn't affect what's happening here at Miller Park. I think what comes to mind, though, now, Rock, is Aramis Ramirez in Appleton making a rehab start today. That's a key couple of days here for Ramirez. And we've got heavy percentage of rain over the next 2 days. Hopefully he'll be able to get some at-bats in and be ready to go soon.
What's it look like in Appleton?
I was just checking the Appleton
doesn't matter what it's doing here.
Metro area.
What's Appleton got going?
Similar. It's only a little over an hour from here, so they've got the same line of thunderstorms coming their way. Tell them to close the roof up there in Appleton as Kyle Loesch quickly goes through the third again. on Fox Sports Wisconsin is brought to you by Piggly Wiggly, the official supermarket of Fox Sports Wisconsin. By Marshfield Clinic, don't just live, shine. And by Gerhardt's, the kitchen and bath store. Find inspirational design solutions and quality kitchen and bath products for your home. Visit GerhardtStore.com. Ready to play ball here in the third inning as Ryan Braun leads off against Jeff Samardzija. 3-0 Brewers. And the roof almost closed up with thunder showers threatening around us, even though it's still bright and sunny out there. They're coming. Now Braun with a 2-run homer in the first inning and rocked the first home run that he's pulled since April 20th when he homered off Jason Grilling.
Yeah, doing a nice job, as all the Brewers are, taking the ball into center field, into the opposite field. And pretty good spray chart as far as home runs go for Ryan Braun. He's always been able to do that. Hit it where it's pitched. Certainly enough power to take it out of here to right.
Now Braun went a long time without homering here at Miller Park. May 22nd of last year, but he's hit 2 here against the Cubs. He pulls that one, and that's through, a base hit. So Braun off to a great start today. 2 for 2 at the plate.
Hitter's probably happy that the roof's closing up here today, because it can be kind of tricky as the game continues. You get into the 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock range, and shadows start forming. Won't be so bad with the roof closed. Doesn't seem to have bothered Ryan Braun so far today.
Now Braun 2 hits, his batting average now at .329. Still does not have quite enough plate appearances to qualify in the National League. Spending that time on the DL a couple of weeks. He's at first to start the inning. Here is Lucroy. 3-0 Brewers. You can tell Braun's feeling better. That oblique injury he dealt with that put him on the disabled list seems to be healing, because he has been running lately when he's been on. Has a stolen base. He's attempted a couple more. Lucroy flew out to right his first time up.
That could be a factor this year if Ryan Braun continues to be in that number 2 spot. Lucroy, not your prototypical 3 hitter that's going to hit a lot of home runs, so you'd like to be able to get Braun into scoring position, although Samardzija is pretty quick to home plate. But you got to be careful with nobody out. You want to make making outs on the bases with nobody out, and the 3-4 hitters coming up.
Now Lucroy does hit into his fair share of ground ball double plays. He's also a line drive hitter, so those are all things you have to take into account when you're trying to steal a base or thinking about the running game. Good thing having a guy like Ryan Braun hit second. Lucroy is a doubles machine. He is among league leaders in doubles, as a matter of fact, just one off the league lead. And with Braun's speed, anything in a gap or down a line, got a chance to be an RBI for Lucroy, the way he runs, the way Braun runs. 1 ball, 1 strike, way outside. 2-1 to Lucroy.
Yeah, Samardzija's been throwing a lot of split-fingered fastballs today. I mean, the base hit for Braun on a splitter. He's got a couple of strikeouts on split-fingered fastballs. It's a tough pitch to pick up, and when he gets ahead in the count, that's what he likes to use. He'll throw a slider, he'll flip a curveball from time to time, but he likes to use that splitter when he's got 2 strikes, which is a good pitch to run on typically.
2-1. Braun stays put, and the pitch is inside for a ball. Former Notre Dame wide receiver Jeff Samardzija had a chance to go play in the NFL. Signed a major league contract instead with the Cubs after he was drafted. And a swing and a miss. 3-2 now on Lucroy. Good fastball.
And 94 with some sink. Got a four-seamer. He'll cut it once in a while, and obviously has all the pitches, or he would not be leading the National League in earned run average. Tough customer. The Brewers have been able to put a 3-spot on him in the first 2 innings.
Braun a 2-run homer in the first. Loesch had a 2-out RBI single last inning. Lead man on here in the third. Braun takes off, pitches inside, ball 4. Lucroy is aboard. And the Brew Crew has something cooking here in the third inning. 2 on, nobody out, and their cleanup hitter Gomez coming up.
Yeah, the Old Mill Inn and Slinger is today's Tavern of the Game winner. If they call the Brewers in the next 24 hours, they get 40 Miller Lite beer pen tickets to a Brewers home game this year. This offer courtesy of the Tavern League of Wisconsin and our good friends at Miller Lite.
Carlos Gomez with 2 on, nobody out. Unlike most cleanup hitters, Gomez has that bunt ability and bunt for hits. Swinging away here. Got an off-speed pitch out in front of.
Started him out with a splitter. Carlos doesn't get too many first pitch fastballs these days.
No, he's typically ready to ambush. Has a number of first pitch home runs. Gomez with 11 long balls this year. 11 homers, 31 runs batted in. Second on the club in home runs. He is among league leaders in homers this year. Giancarlo Stanton has 16 to set the pace in the National League. Gomez is 6th in the league. Mark Reynolds still leads the team, and he's 4th in the National League overall with 12. Line foul into the seats. A hot shot in there. Hope everybody's okay.
Got an eye black malfunction for Go-Go here in the third inning. Runners in scoring position. Not too bad for Carlos. 319.
Yeah, it seems like something went wrong there. Maybe once they closed the roof.
Decided didn't need it.
Where the eye black for glare. Trying to cut down on the glare, and Gomez is hit. Well, the Cubs have been working inside. Samardzija hits him on a 1-2 pitch right in the back.
Third time the Brewers have been hitting this series. Gomez now twice. They got Braun yesterday.
Oh, we have answers, Rock, for the eye black scenario. That's Martin Maldonado. And everything looks nice there. Nice and neat. And now I don't know what happened.
Carlos did it. Some war paint, right?
Going for the wrestler look, I think. Now it's all gone bad. Bases loaded, nobody out. Here's Chris Davis.
That's some good camera work. How'd they know that was going to happen?
Best crew in baseball.
Is that a recreation? How do they know?
Just following the story. The nose for the news, Rock.
I know. There's something.
It's probably Sophia down there orchestrating all of that. And they say he goes. Davis unable to check his swing.
Very nonchalant. Paul Emmel ringing him up like it's no big deal.
Big chance for the Brewers to add to their lead. Got the Cubs ace on the ropes a little bit, and a swing and a miss. 1-2.
That's a nasty fastball. 95 miles an hour with some run. in on the hands of Chris Davis that time. Check this pitch out. Two-seamer. Not only does he have the big velocity, but late movement.
Bases full of Brewers. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Davis, and he rolls 1 foul. Chris sitting on a 9-game hitting streak. Struck out his last time up. Braun started with a single. Lucroy walked. Gomez hit by a pitch on a 2-strike offering. And Davis, a shot. What a play by Barney. Goes to the bag for the out there. And now Lucroy is out. They'll get 2 outs, but a run scores. For a moment there, I was trying to figure out where the triple play was going to be. But he caught it on a bounce.
That's a heck of a play by Barney. Check this out. Oh. On one hopper, he smothers it, gets the out at second, and then doesn't bother throwing to first. He gets Lucroy going to third base. An unconventional double play. Not sure if Davis gets an RBI or not, because it's not the force out anymore. It's a tag play. They get the out at third, so it might very well be an RBI. We'll see. I'm not sure on that call. You don't see that very often.
No, the 4 unassisted to the bag for the first out, and then 4 to 5 for out number 2, and that ball was inches away from being caught in the air, which could have turned into a triple play. I didn't check all the base runners. I know Gomez was off the bag at first. Lucroy we saw going back to the bag at second.
That's a tremendous play by Darwin Barney. My goodness.
Run does score. It's 4-0 Milwaukee.
So as shoddy as the defense has been for Shamarji in a couple of games against Milwaukee, Barney right there saves a couple of runs.
Scooter Gennett with 2 away. Got Davis over at first, and Gennett fouls it off.
That was a really good at bat by Chris Davis, though. I mean, taking nothing away from the defensive play by Barney, but on a 2-strike pitch with the bases loaded, Davis barrels it up and smokes it up the middle. And the Brewers able to plate at least 1.
4 runs on 5 Brewer hits. You see why Barney was the Gold Glove Award winner a season ago. And that's down the line. Base hit. Gennett stayed right on it. Davis on his way to third. Gennett in the second with his second double. Beautiful piece of hitting there by Scooter Gennett. He's 2 for 2 with 2 doubles.
Well, we see him do that all the time. I mean, he's got that great approach. There was a stretch where he was getting under the baseball and hitting fly balls to left field. And just like he was doing early in this season, down and through, gets on top of it and slices it just inside that third baseline for a 2-out double. We talk about approach. We've been talking about it now for about a week and a half, and these Brewers are really swinging the bats well right now. You take yesterday out of the mix because Jason Hamill has certainly had the Brewers' number so far this year. But they're back at it again today.
Now the Brewers with just 4 hits in yesterday's game, but had a 9-game streak of double-digit hits. I think Renicky and Jerry Naron still talking to Lucroy about that play by Barney at second base. Still checking, by the way, our official scorer. Tim O'Driscoll is still checking on the fact whether that is an RBI or not, based on the way the outs came.
I think that's what they're talking about right there in the dugout, if I may be so bold. But you know, the force out was eliminated with Barney stepping on the bag at second, so it became a tag play at third. That might change whether it's an RBI or not. You don't see that very often.
Well, we'll pass it along as soon as we know. If you'd like to keep the book at home. There's Tim O'Driscoll. He's on it. On the phone right now. Who does an official scorer call when he needs
unanswered.
Major League Baseball.
Wonder if it's in the same building as the replay review center. Longtime official scorer here, Tim O'Driscoll, legendary high school baseball coach at Arrowhead. They named the field after him, Tim O'Driscoll Field. Does a great job.
Yes, he does.
1 ball, 1 strike, second and third, 2 outs. And Reynolds, foul tip. 1 ball and 2 strikes now on Mark. Four runs in on 6 hits as we play in the third against the National League's ERA leader. We started this game with the roof open, bright sunny day. Had to close it last inning with thunder showers popping up around the area. Davis and Gennett on the bases. And it's full count now, 3-2. Like a sauna in here. They do have the panels open, which creates a little bit of airflow, but when it's in the 80s and the roof is closed, it gets hot in this ballpark, and the ball will really jump. 3-2 pitch. Inside, ball 4. Reynolds draws the walk. Well, save that great play by Darwin Barney. And because of that play, only 1 run is in. This has been a disaster of an inning for Samardzija. He's hit a batter. He's walked 2, and he's given up 2 hits, and yet the Brewers have 1 run. Thanks to a tremendous play by Darwin Barney at second on Chris Davis. They are loaded again. Lyle Overbay, strikeout victim his last time up. Overbay still the record holder for doubles in a season for the Milwaukee Brewers. Back in the 2004 season. Last year with Milwaukee 05, he went through the American League, spent most of his time in Toronto. Brewers traded him away to make room for a young Prince Fielder who came up in 05 and then full time in 06. And now Overbay is back at 38 years of age.
And looking to break this one open right here.
1 ball, 1 strike. Overbay down the left field line, slicing, and it's fair. Davis is in. Here comes Gennett to score. Reynolds around third. He's going to try to score. The throw, not there. Reynolds safe. Overbay all the way to third. And the Brewers have busted it open in the 3rd inning. 7-0 Milwaukee.
Well, just vintage Lyle Overbay right there. That sinker off the outside corner. Overbay goes right with it. Looked as though he was looking for it. Just serves it down that line. And Mark Reynolds able to score all the way from first base with 2 outs, running on contact. And now you think about what if Darwin Barney did not make that play at second base. That could have been a huge, huge inning for the Brewers. As it stands, it's a 4-run third.
And it's 7-0 as Overbay drives in 3 with a double. 7 runs on 7 hits.
Yeah, far and away the worst start for Jeff Samardzija. Most earned runs he'd allowed in any start this year, 3. All the runs in this game earned.
Kyle Loesch with Overbay at third. Little jam shot foul.
And bullpen activity already for the Cubs.
Yeah,
Justin Grimm.
I'm looking in the rule book under the scoring section, 10.04B. It says it's no RBI when the batter grounds into a forced double play or a reverse forced double play. And I think what Lucroy did, or the ground ball that was that Davis hit, is a reverse force because Lucroy was forced to go to third base. The tag was made at second. I guess they're in line making it a reversed forced double play, right?
It'd be the same if you grounded one to first, he stepped on the bag and then threw to second for the tag. As Loesch lines one to right, that's down, base hit. Overbay in to score. Kyle Loesch with 2 RBIs. It is 8-0 Milwaukee. Rock. Pitcher's rake.
I don't know.
Is there any question about that now?
It's been amazing, right? I'm with you. You did that tease a couple of days ago, right? Talking about how pitchers have been able to swing the bat. How about Loesch now with 4 hits? The Brewers with a couple of huge hits with 2 outs in his 3rd inning. And high fives all around. Ron Renneke seeing his offense bounce right back after a rough day at the plate yesterday.
What an outburst in this inning. 8 runs, 8 hits total. 5 runs coming in the 3rd. Overbay with 3 ribbies. And Loesch is 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs. Reason to smile. Top of the order. Here is Segura. And out. Barney makes the catch. Brewers bat around. What an inning. Lyle Overbay delivers the big hit. A double. 3 runs batted in. And it's 8-0 against the National League's ERA leader, Jeff Samardzija.
Well, the Brewers now lead 8-0 as we head to the 4th. And in our Blaine's Down on the Farm report, the minor leaguer shortstop Steve Holcomb with the Timber Rattlers last night comes up with a big league moment. Gets up on top of the dugout after the game, gets down on one knee, and that, my friends, is a proposal at the Time Warner Cable Stadium in Appleton. So it was a great moment, and after the game, he said he thought the big moment deserved a big crowd, wanted to do it in front of the home crowd. Said his teammates gave him some good advice, and that was don't throw up and don't fall down. Aramis Ramirez is with the Timber Rattlers today. He did pop up in his first at-bat, struck out in his second at-bat. Ron Renneke said the plan for Aramis today was to get at least 3 at-bats, play 5 to 6 innings. They're watching for rain tomorrow, so if he does not get to play tomorrow, there is the option to use him as a DH in Minnesota.
I wonder if he'd have waited a day, Steve Holcomb would have waited a day for Aramis to show up. Maybe could have got a little more extra in the, in the team gift.
Yeah. Maybe Rami buy him a nice big ring.
That's what I was thinking, or maybe something like a vacation somewhere. Good to see Aramis back, though, and getting some at-bats with the rain expected. That's the most important thing, trying to get Aramis Ramirez back. There's been some ballpark weddings. I remember Casey McGee got married on the baseball field when he was in AAA with the Cubs in Des Moines. I was reminiscing with Casey about that. Did you know he got married on a baseball diamond?
I did not.
Yeah, he did. I know you're not into that stuff. There's Junior Lake, and there is the first base hit for the Cubs.
And the Brewers continue the homestand tomorrow and Tuesday against Joe Mauer and the Minnesota Twins. And the Brewers dynamic deals continue. You can catch all the action for as low as $9 per ticket. To find the best values on Brewers tickets all season long, visit brewers.com/deals.
Twins Monday and Tuesday. The Brewers go to Minnesota Wednesday and Thursday. Then a weekend series in Pittsburgh. And then next week in New York to play the Mets. Pirates are a little beat up right now themselves. They've been out on a long road trip out west. Pirates and the Dodgers wrap up their series today. Pittsburgh is 5 games under to start play today. Got roughed up yesterday at the hands of the Dodgers. 7.5 back of the Brewers. Milwaukee has a 3-game lead over the Cardinals, 7 over the Reds, 7.5 over the Pirates, and then the Cubs are at the bottom of the division, 11.5 back. And Rizzo barking on his way out. There he goes. That didn't take long. Rizzo yelling at Paul Emmel, or rather Jerry Mills, the crew chief.
Yeah, that'll get you a long ways.
And
obviously wanting another day off is Anthony Rizzo.
That was a snap in an 8-0 game in the 4th inning. And Renteria, I think Renteria did a great job to get out there as fast as he did. Rizzo was entering into the possible suspension territory if he'd have kept after him.
Yeah, there was no help for Rizzo. I mean, that's obvious. I mean, as soon as you turn around and do that, you know you're going to get thrown out. Obviously, he didn't care. And you take that pitch with 2 strikes. I mean, you might think that pitch was a foot outside. No sympathy at all for any hitter that gets rung up on a 3rd strike these days. Not the way these strike zones are today. Go up there and swing the bat.
So the Cubs lose their biggest slugger. He's out the rest of the day. Cubs have tomorrow off as well. So a nice little June vacation for Rizzo. Castro to right. And Braun makes the catch. 2nd out of the inning.
Down 8-0. Rizzo figured, you know what? I'll let somebody else play first base the rest of the day. It's kind of what he's telling his teammates.
And the Cubs go to the lineup card to figure out who's going to play where. Well, a lot of offense for the Brewers already. And Kyle Loesch is pitching a gem thus far. That hit by Lake was the first. Loesch should face 1 over the minimum through the first 3 innings. He had hit Rizzo his last time up. Loesch has been very efficient. 8 pitches in the first. Took him just 9 to get through the second. Had a 10-pitch 3rd inning. It's the kind of ball game, if you're Kyle Loesch, you want to go as deep as you can, be as efficient as you can. Brewers are in a stretch of 10 in a row right now, 10 consecutive games without a day off. Buying some valuable time for that bullpen.
Yeah, plus, you like to have a few more at bats today.
No kidding.
The way he's swinging the bat.
Yeah, he's 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs. Both of Loesch's hits have come with 2 outs. to produce those runs. Sure holds, fouls it away, stays alive. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Samardzija stewing in that Cubs dugout. His worst start of the season.
Yeah, if anybody has a right to be frustrated, the way the season's gone, and certainly today would be Jeff Samardzija. He's going to gut it out. Pick up some innings for his teammates. Lucroy trying to steal a strike on the off the inside corner. The way he catches it, didn't miss by much.
An excellent framer of pitches is Jonathan Lucroy. A real art form for a catcher. It's all in the subtlety, isn't it, partner?
Yep. It's all about the wrist. You don't want to move the hand or the arm when you're framing a pitch.
There's a swing and a miss. Got him to chase one. A little off speed from Loesch. And he's rolling right along here. Rizzo is out. 8-0 Brewers. Baseball on Fox Sports Wisconsin is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. By the Wisconsin Lottery, reminding you to please play responsibly. And by Miller Lite, now in the original can, it's Miller time. Going the health route today at Miller Park on a Sunday. 8-0 Brewers, and a lot of changes here for the Cubs. Rizzo gets himself thrown out. And that moves Mike Holt over to first base. And the wheels get in motion here for Renteria. That's Bonifacio at third, coming in from center field, which means Lake goes from left to center. And off the bench is Chris Coughlin in left field. You get all that, partner?
I got it.
Like spring
down
training
right now. I was over with Tim O'Driscoll, the official scorer. Officially no RBI for Chris Davis. They grounded into double play, but it's not a reverse double play. A reverse double play can only happen when the batter is forced out at first, and then the first baseman throws to second for a double play. That's a reverse double play.
Okay, that involves the batter then.
Right, and so that play right there was not a reverse double play, with the tag at second base, and then he had to throw. Lucroy was forced to go to third base, although technically once the bag was touched at second, he could have gotten a rundown and gone back to second.
Right, and it would have been an RBI.
Probably would have been. Should have thought about that, huh? I don't know. It was just the sources that Mr. O'Driscoll went through said that is not an RBI. It's a grounded into double play.
All right, I think we got to dig on that. We weren't done, by the way, with the changes. I know you were anxious to get into the rule book a little bit.
I was.
We were only halfway finished.
I went over that twice. to make sure what was going on, because I'm interested in that kind of thing. I mean, the technicalities of scoring decisions and RBIs and things like that. There's Tim. Spent a lot of time making sure he got it right.
I'm going to go on record and say that should be an RBI. By the way, John Baker's catching and Justin Grimm is pitching. I'm looking at your scorebook and it is an incomplete scorebook right now.
Thank you.
Kind of cut us off.
I thought that this was more important. Those in fantasy baseball that have Chris Davis were anxiously awaiting that decision.
That's it. Braun starting this fourth inning. 8-0 Brewers. Braun is 2 for 2. That Anthony Rizzo ejection sent off quite the storm of lineup changes for Rick Renteria. 3 new players in the game. And Coughlin, Baker, and the pitcher Grimm.
Well, the last game of a 10-game road trip for the Cubs, and I guess Rick Renteria down by 8, thinking that good opportunity to get some of his regulars out of the lineup, and at least his catcher Castillo. Rizzo made that decision on his own.
Only 3 players in their original positions right now. Scherholtz in right, Barney and Castro up the middle as Braun draws the walk. As we check in with Sophia. What do you have, Sophia?
Well, BA, you've seen some fans fanning themselves after the roof closed, and my unofficial temperature gauge tells me it's 86 degrees down here with about 40% humidity. So if you didn't get your workout and your steam in this morning, you're going to get it for free right here at Miller Park.
They closed it up, and the sun is still shining, but thunderstorms in the area, and there's no air conditioning in Miller Park.
Plus, it's humid outside.
All right.
Yeah.
Cooking up a good one here. Nice little soup. Miller Park soup.
How you feeling?
I feel great. There's a nice breeze blowing in on me.
I got the breeze machine going. Nice and quiet.
That is a nice fan. Rock's only fan. The man of the people.
Brought that from home.
Lucroy up with Braun at first in an 8-0 game. We're only in the 4th inning. Bouncer to third. Bonifacio to Barney, and a nice scoop over there by Olt, and a 5-4-3 double play.
Dolan Barney normally pretty accurate with his throws and had plenty of time to turn this double play, but how about the in-between hop for Olt, and able to dig it out. It's a nice play.
Took over for Rizzo, came across the diamond. By the way, the final line on Jeff Samardzija: 3 innings, 8 hits, 8 runs, all earned, 2 walks and 3 strikeouts. ERA goes from 1.68, which led the league, to 2.54. Gomez beats one into the ground. Big hop for Castro, and the side is retired. On a steamy Sunday inside Miller Park, Brewers lead 8-0. And Kyle Loesch pitching well. He's given up just 1 hit through the first 4 innings. Carsoup.com trivia today: which team drafted and signed Loesch? That would be the 1996 amateur draft. It's fun to hear Loesch tell those stories of the kind of pitcher he was when he signed and when he first made it to the big leagues. And as he puts it, wasn't exactly the best citizen. As Baker hits a shot to Overbay. Nice pickup at first base. First at bat for Baker. Overbay showing his slick fielding form.
Yeah, short hop, relatively easy play for a guy like Overbay. So those in between hops that give you problems, those are the ones that eat you up. The one that Scooter Gennett was able to make, that's an in between hop that about as tough as it gets.
There's been some good defense for the Brewers in this game. Mike Old with 1 away. Only hit for the Cubs, a Junior Lake single to start the 4th inning. Kyle Loesch trying to post his 7th win of the year.
He's got 7 wins, but 3 other times he left with a lead and was victimized by a blown save. So that's how good he's been. Lost his first start of the year against the Atlanta Braves, and now has won 6 straight decisions.
Zach Greinke and Adam Wainwright lead the National League in wins with 8. Loesch could join Madison Bumgarner of the Giants with a victory today. There's a strike called outside corner. Olt is doing a little chirping on his way out. And another strikeout for Kyle Loesch.
And breaking pitch and pretty good, a little bit off the outside corner. But you know, back in the old days, back in the 70s and 80s, you had an 8-0 lead. Umpire's going to tell you, be up there swinging, guys. Not so much these days. Not with the way they're graded every single pitch. And you knew that going in, whether you were ahead 8-0 or down 8-0. You got to be swinging. Umpires are going to be messing around.
Yeah, that day's long gone.
Yes, it is.
Olt had reason to bark on his way out. That pitch looked outside. But Loesch has been around the strike zone. He's a control pitcher as it is. I think pitchers have as much to do with the way umpires call a game than anything. As Gennett makes a nice play, and Barney just can't buy a hit. He's had great defense played against him all series.
Brewers bullpen coach Marcus Hanel and his wife Jill are hosting their annual Coos for Kids fundraiser that will take place at the Milwaukee County Zoo. Coos for Kids' mission is to enhance the quality of life for terminally ill or disadvantaged children in southeast Wisconsin. So you can purchase tickets for $25 a person. That includes a whole lot. It includes zoo admission for the day, zoo parking, a buffet dinner, silent and live auction, raffles, and appearances by Milwaukee Brewers players and coaches. So you can visit coosforkids.com, get more information. It's a fantastic event attended by virtually all of the players and coaches. And Marcus does a great job. And Rock, we'll be heading over there after the game. We got a big day. We got to do some interviews and host the event, so it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. I've been there before. I haven't actually been to the zoo for that event, but I had to go down to be seen. And Coos and his wife Jill and a cast of thousands do a wonderful job in supporting the community. Coos for Kids. It's amazing how the players, support Marcus on that event. Just about everybody shows up.
Yeah, Marcus making an impact in the community. Longtime Brewers bullpen catcher, and not just in the summer, has a winter event as well. They do coats for kids as well. Chris Davis starting it for the Brewers here in the bottom of the fifth. It is 8-0. Short day for Jeff Samardzija, Cubs starter, out after 3 innings. Grimm starts his second inning of work, the former Ranger. Elsewhere in the big leagues today, the Giants continue their series in St. Louis. San Francisco has a 6-0 lead today over the Cardinals, with Tim Hudson on the mound. Hudson has been pitching well. You figured he would in San Francisco. Great place for him. Davis bounces out for the first out of the inning. Don't forget, you can tweet your photo using hashtag WisFanPhoto and have a chance to have it shown in an upcoming broadcast. It's all brought to you by AT&T. How's your social media activity today, partner? You seem a little quiet the last few days.
Non-existent. Yeah. Pacing myself.
You don't want to burn out too early.
No.
Now that we've turned the calendar to June 1st, you can follow Rock at Brewers Fan Camp. Gennett takes a strike.
I've been somewhat incorporating your philosophy on Twitter, just kind of following people.
I'm just a follower,
listening to what people have to say.
Right, kind of eavesdropping.
Yeah, get some tidbits.
It's a great source for news and gossip. Everybody wants to have their opinion out there.
And now you have a platform.
It's fun. Saw Caitlin Moyer on our last road trip. She handles the Brewers social media. She's doing a great job. Great photographs. I love the photographs. That's when you get my attention.
You're a visual guy.
It's just amazing what the kind of photographs you can take right now with the technology of the phones. You can tweak them up a little bit.
So then actually the photos might not be accurate?
You can change them.
Oh, I see. That's good.
You could put a helmet on a lizard or an iguana. You could do all kind of stuff.
Get people in trouble, couldn't you?
Put a hat on a horse. No, I think that was legit, though. Our team in the truck, our social media team led by Brad Weimer, he claims he can spot any kind of Photoshop. So you know how we have the AT&T fan photo.
Right.
You have to pass through the gatekeeper first. Between Brad and Sophia, they claim you can't get a Photoshop by them. They've got some thoughts on the Loch Ness Monster as well.
Photoshopped?
I don't know. Bigfoot. Doesn't stop people from trying, though.
All right. Don't kill the legend. It's better that way. Not sure.
1-2 pitch. Gennett fouls it away. Scooter with a couple of doubles today. Scored twice. Brewers scored in the first 3 innings, and they got 5 in the bottom of the 3rd. And Gennett was a part of that too.
They have 5 RBIs for the Brewers in their 8 and 9 spots in the batting order. That's pretty good.
Overbay drove in 3. That was the key hit in that 3rd inning. It was 4-0. Samardzija had 2 outs and had a chance to get out of the inning. But Overbay doubled, drove in 3. Then Kyle Lowe singled to drive in another one. Added 4 runs with 2 outs. That ball's hit hard, deep right field. Scooter Gennett sends one out of here. Have a day, Scooter. 2 doubles, now a home run. His 3rd of the year, and the Brewers lead 9-0.
A couple of doubles to left, and then Grimm tried to get him with a slider. He left it up, and Gennett able to keep it fair right down the right field line. A no doubter. There it is. Curveball. There's the grip. It's going to hang up in the strike zone just a little bit. And Gennett not only hits it hard, but able to keep it fair. Watch him pull the hands in. That's just a picture perfect swing. And Gennett, he can show surprising power. Surprises you with the way he can hit the baseball.
Yeah, Mark Reynolds a swing and a miss. Beautiful swing by Gennett. That didn't take long to get out of here. And plenty on it. 3 hits today for Gennett. His batting average up to .283. And his 15th RBI of the season. Lopsided games in this series. Brewers won 11-5 on Friday night. Cubs shutting out Milwaukee yesterday, holding the Brewers to just 4 hits yesterday.
It really goes to show you how good Jason Hamill has been against Milwaukee. I mean, this is an offense that's been on a roll. Not only did they shut him out, but only 4 hits allowed by the Cubs yesterday. Hamill's been tough on Milwaukee.
Cubs won 8-0 yesterday. They had 10 hits. Grimm pitched yesterday. He got an inning in.
He leads his staff with 26 relief appearances. And he's been out there quite a bit. He's been in almost half their games. This is their 54th game. He's made now 27 relief appearances. I guess it is exactly half. No math on Sunday.
No. Too much thinking at this point. Running out of fingers.
I had to think a while on it too. Is that half? Yeah, it is.
Full count to Reynolds. 9-0 Brewers on 9 hits. As we play in the bottom of the 5th inning. Out to Darwin Barney for the 2nd out. What else is going on in the big leagues today, Rock? The Twins, who will be the Brewers' next opponent tomorrow, they are tied with the Yankees at 2 apiece in the 9th. Minnesota's 25-28, 3 games under. Yankees are 4 games over. Ozer out for Lyle Overbay with 2 away. We're going to see the Twins the next 4 days. 2 at Miller Park, Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday, Thursday at Target Field, site of the All-Star game this year. Overbay on the first pitch. And that will retire the side, but the Brewers keep on keeping on. Scooter Gennett, for the 3rd time this year, goes deep.
And it's 9-0 Milwaukee as we go to the 6th. Sixth inning. And our Carsoup.com trivia question today: which team drafted and signed Kyle Lohse, 1996? If you said the Chicago Cubs, you would be correct. Came to the big leagues with the Twins and has bounced around since. 29th round in 96. Minnesota, Cincinnati, Philadelphia, but then found his game with the St. Louis Cardinals. Gives a lot of credit to former Cardinal pitching coach Dave Duncan for resurrecting his career. And Kyle Lohse has been one of the best winners in the National League for a while. As Coughlin on the first pitch, out to Chris Davis. You can see that it is brightening up here.
Opening her up.
Yeah, they're going to open it up.
Get some air in here. Hey, we were talking about Kyle Lohse since the beginning of 2011. 25 games over 500 for Lohse. He's been dominant. $135, I should say, career, and 120 losses. But since the beginning of 2011, been off the charts.
And Lohse said when he first got to the big leagues, he admits he was kind of a hothead. He wanted to strike everybody out. He wanted to embarrass hitters. He threw a four-seam fastball. He threw pretty hard in the mid-90s. And when he got to St. Louis, and that's kind of the way he operated, and he would bounce around from team to team, but he got to St. Louis, and Dave Duncan was the one who got to him. And you give credit to Lohse too. He matured and decided he needed to make some changes. He wasn't able to get deep into games. High pitch counts, a lot of walks. Bouncing ball to Segura, and just in time, out number 2. Well, as promised earlier in the broadcast, we have the AT&T fan photo of the game. And who we have here? We have Lindsay. I don't know if Lindsay is the person who tweeted or if Lindsay's the dog, or it could be both. Dog with a scarf. Actually, I understand the dog's name is Toby. I'm not sure how they know that. They could be making that up. You can tweet your photo. Use the hashtag WisFanPhoto.
You can make up a lot of stuff on Twitter, can't you?
I mean, they say it and we say it. Who's going to validate it?
As long as it gets a reaction, right? And that's what you're looking for.
Junior Lake, the only hit of the day for the Cubs. That came to lead off the fourth, and that snapped a 0 for 13 at the plate for Lake. He had been in a slump. It's rare when you see the roof close and then open in a game, during a game. Usually you only get one move of the roof. You can either close it and that's the way it stays, or you can open it and it stays that way. But
yeah, I think they opened it because of what Sophie was talking about. It got a little hot in the ballpark, so I think they opened her up, let everybody cool off a bit, put the fans down, and I guess I can turn off my breeze machine.
Yeah, the breeze machine has run its course today. You got to save it. The Twins are coming in tomorrow. You don't know if you're going to need it.
Save what?
The breeze machine. You know, there's only so many innings in that thing.
No, this thing's been around for a while. This is back from the Matt Vasgersian days.
There's a swing and a miss, and Loesch keeps it going. Brewers lead 9-0. Kyle Loesch, a one-hit shutout thus far through 6. Bottom of the 6th inning at Miller Park. Last game of the series. Our Jimmy John's freaky fast delivery. How about Kyle Loesch with the bat in his hands? He drove in a run with 2 outs in his first at bat in the second, then did the same in the third. 2 hits, 2 RBIs. He's pitching a shutout, a one-hitter. He's like the big kid in Little League right now. Kyle Loesch. New pitcher for the Cubs, Rock. Take your time with this one. Brian Schlitter is on the mound.
Yeah, Brian's having a very good season. 23rd appearance, a 2-1 record. We've seen him a couple of different appearances against the Brewers, most recently at Wrigley Field, a 242 earned run average, and does a nice job keeping the baseball in the ballpark. He's allowed only 1 home run. Cubs pitchers are into the long hair these days. Got Samardzija with the big long locks, and now Brian's got him too. I'm going to avoid that last name.
Well, Schlitter will face Kyle Loesch to start this inning. Roof is all the way back open now. Looks like the thunderstorms are moving around us, I guess. Never rained here, but the threat of rain was present. Saw big Bob Hallis down there, the keeper of the roof. You can always call the roof hotline, by the way, to find out. That's kind of fun. As Loesch is retired for the first time. Speaking of the indoor temperature here, Sophia, have we cooled off since the roof has been open?
We have. Rock can turn off his breeze machine because it's cooled off a whole 2 degrees. We're down to 84 now. So the sun is out, the roof is open, and we can go back to enjoying baseball.
What's the forecast, Sophia, for the rest of the day and into tomorrow?
I'm not that good, BA. I can't predict.
I disagree. Matter of fact, we're getting tweets from folks that want Sophia to have more regular appearances with weather. John Steinmiller chiming in. It's sunny and breezy right now.
Yeah, not often you worry too much about the weather when you're at Miller Park, but I guess the heat was certainly a factor when the roof closed.
We get asked this question a lot. No air conditioning inside the stadium now. Press box, clubhouses, suites, those are all air conditioned. So there's a little bit of AC here. There is heat in Miller Park, but you can only heat up the stadium when the roof is closed 20 degrees.
You know, Renee, our stage director, has got a jacket on back there.
Yeah.
But she's always cold.
She's feeling the full force of the air condition right now. The first member of the Stage Manager Hall of Fame, Renee Hoffman. And a Hall of Fame of one right now as far as we're concerned.
Absolutely.
Broken bat. And Castro will make the play for the out. Schlitter has 2 outs. Check the Powerball home run leaderboard. Reynolds still at the top of the list with 12. Inside the top 6 in the National League. Carlos Gomez with 11. And Ryan Braun has homered twice in this series, now with 9. Chris Davis homered in 3 consecutive games earlier on this homestand. Braun hit one in the first that started the scoring today. Had a 2-run home run off Samardzija. Pulled one into left center. He's 2 for 2 with a walk.
You know, Renee's been working in the TV booth. Her and I have been working 18 years together.
Is that
right?
right?
That 18 years.
How many years you been in here? 20.
Yeah,
20 years.
my first 2 years at County Stadium. Worked with Leon. Me and Paschke.
One of your many partners. Chasing partners. Stage managers remain the same. Smile, Renee. Brewers Cubs game 3. It's brought to you by Toyota. And the Brewers on the board 9 times today. It was Braun with a 2-run homer. Overbay had a big hit, a 3 RBI double. Gennett has homered today, his 3rd home run of the season. 9 runs on 9 hits. Even Kyle Loesch with 2 RBIs, and he is dealing on the mound. Just a one-hitter, I should say. The only hit was Junior Lake in the 4th inning. And now the second hit by the pitcher, Brian Schlitter. A relief pitcher gets a chance to swing the bat, and he returns the favor to Loesch. That's our story so far through 6 complete. 5 runs on 4 hits in that 3rd inning. As the Brewers busted open, the Cubs without their first baseman Anthony Rizzo, who was ejected after he struck out. Schlitter just hit in his spot and singles.
And the Cubs have tomorrow off, but the reason that Rick Renteria wanted to allow his pitcher to stay in there, they only have 2 players left on the bench. Ugiano and Valbuena. They have 8 relief pitchers, but only 4 players on the bench to start the day, so they're playing shorthanded.
Well, and it's going to be a great memory today for Brian Schlitter. You don't see relief pitchers swing the bat that often, but he just got his first career major league hit. So he'll have a memory forever. There's a roller over to Reynolds. He goes to second for the out there. They get the force play. Castro's 0 for 3 and 1 away for Loesch in the 7th.
Hey, Joe Mauer and the Minnesota Twins head to Miller Park to battle Jonathan Lucroy and the rest of the Brewers on Monday and Tuesday as the Brew Crew caps off their homestand against their interleague rivals. Tickets start at just $9. Reserve your spot today at Brewers.com. So that's tomorrow and Tuesday. Last 2 games of the homestand. 6:20 start tomorrow. And if you plan on attending, the parking lot's open at 4:20.
The Twins have taken the lead in the 9th inning against the Yankees. That was a 2-2 game. Twins are up 5-2 now. Still batting in the 9th inning. Josh Willingham homered in that game, in that 9th inning. Twins are coming in tomorrow. Our buddy Corey Provis. Now the voice of the Twins on the radio. Scherholtz with a base hit. And 2 on with 1 away for Loesch.
I'm disappointed that Bert Blyvelin's not going to make the trip into Miller Park. He's not coming to Miller Park, but he will be at Target Field when the Brewers are there on Wednesday and Thursday.
Bert's dialed up a pretty nice schedule these days.
Yeah.
Kind of the Hall of Fame schedule.
And he can do that, you know. You always got to be on your toes with Blyleven around. Never know what you're going to get.
Never know what you'll see or what you'll get. Back in the old stadium in the Metrodome, there was just a piece of glass that separated the 2 TV booths. And the visuals that we would get from Bert Blyleven throughout the years make you shudder. Seen a lot more Bert than anybody really should. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean. Bert and I were teammates for 2 years with the Angels, so yeah. But you don't expect to see that kind of thing in the broadcast booth.
1 ball, 1 strike with 2 on.
He's something else, that guy.
Goes to 2-1. One gone in the 7th inning, and Baker fouls it off. I love Target Field. That's a beautiful venue. All-Star game is going to show up nicely there. Just hope they get good weather. They're kind of past the tough part of the schedule with weather.
At least the cold anyway, but you still have the rain to contend with.
They did a great job with that stadium. Wish it had a roof, but they wanted the outdoor experience. There's a swing and a miss, and Loesch strikes out Baker.
The changeup that time. So all of Loesch's pitches have been very good today. No surprise with the shutout going in the 7th inning. Pulling the string with a changeup and had Baker way out in front.
The Vulcan grip changeup. Splits it between his middle finger and his ring finger.
Everything looks like a fastball except for the grip.
Well, you got to give Loesch a lot of credit. It can be tough pitching in games like this. Everybody's kind of freed up, swinging aggressively. You know, you kind of throw your game plan out the window a little bit. You will always take a lead, but it can be difficult pitching with a lead, because you're always deferring to throwing strikes. You know, when you have a big lead, you're not going to work the edges so much. You get into a 3-ball count, you're going to tend to be willing to give up more hits.
But Loesch is so good at working the edges. I mean, not just the edges, but you know, the outer third, inner third, and you know, early in the count, that's not a big adjustment for him. He's got such good command. He's had it all season.
Mike Olt takes strike 2.
Olt's had a tough time with a breaking pitch today. Both strikeouts have come on a breaking ball.
Loesch with 6 strikeouts. He's given up just 3 hits. Two. Bouncer foul. Olt took exception to a called strike 3 in the 5th inning. Figure that's still on his mind a little bit.
So you're swinging anything close with 2 strikes. There's a novel idea, right?
That used to be the standard.
Yeah.
Doesn't pay to do that anymore. Lucroy tapping inside, sets up away, and Olt pops it up. That should be playable. There is Overbay. Foul grounds to make the catch, and Loesch keeps the shutout intact. Stretch time at Miller Park, and we turn it over to Rob Edwards. Miller Park's presentation of God Bless America.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join your Milwaukee Brewers and all of Major League Baseball as we honor our great nation with the singing of God Bless America, led by Bob Kozlowski from the Brewers Guest Relations Department.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Hey, Brewers fans, it's time for the 7th inning stretch.
Right for the Brewers today, getting a lot of offense, 9 runs on 9 hits, and a 5-run third inning. The big inning. Kyle Lohse is spinning a gem. 7 shutout for Lohse, and only 3 hits allowed. Jonathan Lucroy will lead off for the Brewers. Brewers got 2 in the first on a Braun 2-run homer, added 1 in the second. Lohse drove in that run. He's driven in 2 today. And the 5-run third inning, the big hit that inning was Lyle Overbay, who drove in 3 with a double. Came with 2 outs against Jeff Samardzija. Scooter Gennett homered in the 5th. It's 9-zip. Brewers trying to win their 2nd consecutive series on this homestand. They took 2 out of 3 from the Orioles, trying to do the same here to the Cubs.
Well, who would have thought the Brewers would be able to lay 8 runs on Jeff Samardzija today? As good as he's been all season long. That's why you just never know what happens when you come to the ballpark. Looking at a great pitching matchup with Lohse and Samardzija. Lohse has been as advertised. Samardzija with his worst start of the year. That happens.
8 runs all earned against Samardzija in 3 innings. And even with that poor outing today by Samardzija, a line of contending teams who would love to have him. Just depends on the resources to get him. It's going to be a tough month and a half here for Renteria and the Cubs, because they are obviously in seller mode, and they're going to be hearing a lot about it, which means there's going to be a lot of news about it, and players are going to have to answer questions about it. As Lucroy bounces out, first out of the inning.
And with all-inclusive areas, tailgate facilities, and more, it's no wonder Miller Park was recently voted the state's top location for a group outing. To book a group event at Wisconsin's premier entertainment venue, visit brewers.com/groups.
Carlos Gomez with 1 away. Where's your top spot for a group here at Miller Park, Rob?
Group outing? There's so many.
I'm kind of partial to the ATI zone out in right field.
That's a good spot. I mean, you feel like when you're out there, that's where I go out and do the big money moment, after the game. Walk through there, walk through the ATI, and then go up the stairs to Craig and Davies' perch.
Oh, I see.
Craig and Augie today.
I was wondering how you got out there so fast.
Yeah. No, I walk out with you, and you just keep going to your car, and then I make a left and continue to make an appearance on the postgame show.
Yeah, I get in there and start doing all my postgame analysis, all the book work before we leave. While you're doing that, a lot of book work involved. Gomez to short. 2 outs. We've done a broadcast from the Harley Davidson deck before.
I like the Gale Club. Gale Club's a lot of fun up there. I mean, that's a great venue, and the Stadium Club. I've eaten at the Stadium Club, when that first opened. Had a day off. Treated the family to a ball game and dinner out there. It's nice.
The Johnson Control Stadium Club.
Now it is, yeah.
Yeah. We must have offended a few people in the Harley Davidson deck, because we haven't been invited back there. We did a game there a few years ago, but that was the day that Josh Willingham, who's now a Twin, hit 2 grand slams against the Brewers whilst we were out there. Still had some fun, though. Davis to short. Castro with a nice play to end the inning. Couple of innings for Brian Schlitter. Brewers lead 9-0. Lohse back on the mound.
Nothing. The Brewers have the lead over the Cubs. Miller Lite, what's on tap? Matt Garza, the former Twin, is on the mound tomorrow. Gallardo will get the ball Tuesday. Airtime tomorrow, remember, 5:30. That is a 6:20 first pitch tomorrow. A little bit unusual. WTMJ promotion. And a 2-game series with the Twins at Miller Park, followed by 2 at Target Field. So the next 4 days against Minnesota. As Darwin Barney on the first pitch flies to Davis for the first out. Now Kyle Loesch sitting there with 79 pitches. Has a great shot to finish this game today. Brewers have a new third baseman, Elian Herrera, as Mark Reynolds has been lifted. And Loesch, big part of the story today. Looking for the shutout. Pitch count in great shape. Got 5 outs to get. Chris Coghlan will bat with 1 away. A former Rookie of the Year, Chris Coghlan, hit his first major league home run here at Miller Park back in '09. Special place for him, I'm sure. I remember there was quite the negotiation to get the ball that particular year. He homered off Braden Looper in 2009, his first homer. Fly ball to right. Playable for Braun. And 2 outs for Loesch.
How about Loesch? 82 pitches with 2 outs in the 8th inning. Now, if he continues this is a Greg Maddux-like outing.
Has 6 strikeouts as well.
Get to a 9-inning game under 100 pitches. He's got a chance to do that.
Loesch threw a shutout at the end of last year. Bonifacio swings to the first pitch. And a complete game is starting to look better and better. Loesch has 1 inning to go. A shutout through 8.
Kyle Loesch to a 9-0 lead. He's only given up 3 hits in this game, and a great storyline for us to talk about on Brewers Live postgame. No doubt about that, Jerry. And our Marshfield Clinic shining moment up till now has to be what Kyle Loesch has accomplished against the Cubs.
Yeah, and we said about this great pitching matchup that he had to get off to a good start. He did just that. He had to be effective with his breaking ball. He's been effective with all his pitches, and then it's all about efficiency. 83 pitches through 8 innings. Really throwing the ball well.
About as good as it gets for Kyle Loesch in his career today. You would have to imagine cruising right now, and as B.A. mentioned, in line for a complete game shutout. The Brewers going to bat for him one more time here. It's been a Wonderful day to watch Kyle Lowe's pitch, and we hope to catch up with him. Brewers Line postgame on the way after the ball game, Brian.
All right, Craig and Augie, thanks. Yeah, Lowe's twice has had, as far as low hit complete games go, twice has had 2 hitters. Did it last September at Atlanta as a member of the Brewers. James Russell will pitch for the Cubs. As we go to the bottom of the 8th inning, Scooter Gennett will lead off. He's had a great day today. Cubs have a day off tomorrow. Short start by Samardzija, going just 3 innings. And Renteria has been able to piece it together and get to this final inning at the plate for the Brewers. Grimm went 2 innings. Schlitter went 2 scoreless. And now Russell working this 8th. Scooter Gennett with 2 doubles and a home run today. 8 total bases. He scored 3 runs. Scooter has his batting average up to 283. Raised at 13 points with his 3 hits today, and has 5 consecutive hits against the Chicago Cubs. And a fly ball to Coughlin.
Why'd you do that?
Out.
Why'd you do that?
That's over.
I was getting ready to say you hadn't made it out in a while, so I'm glad you said it first.
Sorry, Scooter. 3 for 4 is not bad, though.
Hey, tough lefty out there in the mound. Not your fault.
Here's Elian Herrera. First at bat. Now the story zeroes in on Kyle Loesch now. Trying to finish a game. Loesch has 10 career complete games. Had that 2-hitter against the Braves last September. That was September 25th.
He hadn't even thrown 90 pitches yet. He's in good shape as far as pitch count goes. What's he at, about 85 pitches? Pretty close to that.
Loesch came close to a finisher against the Pirates in April. That was here at Miller Park. He went 8 2/3 innings. And to date, his best game, 8 2/3, 9 strikeouts and 1 earned run. This one is better if he finishes it off, as Herrera strikes out. 2 outs in the inning. Loesch a chance to go to 7-1. That would put him in 2nd in the league in total victories. Overbay on the first pitch, fouls it off. Overbay had the big swing today. It was a 4-0 game in the 3rd. And Overbay came up with 2 outs and the bases loaded, and he slapped one down the left field line, opposite field double. Cleared the bases. Now 14 RBIs for Overbay.
It's been amazing. We've been talking about it for now about a week and a half, how this offense all of a sudden has come around with the tweak of the lineup for Ron Renick. It's been a good adjustment.
Deep into right, but playable for Scherholtz. And that'll retire the side. So all eyes on Kyle Loesch now. We head to the 9th inning and a shutout opportunity today. and has a chance at his first complete game of the year. It would be the 11th of his career, a 9-0 Brewer lead. Irving Falou will take over at short. Segura is out. And Loesch, 8 innings, only 3 hits allowed. Has 6 strikeouts, hasn't walked a batter, and on a day when the Brewers gave him some offense, Loesch has been on top of his game against the Chicago Cubs. Junior Lake will lead off. He had the first Cubs hit.
Oh, and that's why he's been so successful. Even with a big lead, knows he can flip up a curveball first pitch. He knows these Cubs are sitting first pitch fastball and has been very, very good at either finding the corners or starting him out with something different.
In the air to center field. Gomez is there to make the play, and Loesch is 2 outs away from a shutout. They are special and they are rare in the big leagues, especially these days when it's tough to get through 9 innings with the emphasis on the pitch count as it is.
Particularly when you're pitching in Miller Park, you got a team with the Cubs that can hit the ball out of the ballpark, and he's been able to keep the ball down and keep them all balanced. 3 hits. Cubs have only had a man at second base once today.
Yeah, all 3 hits are singles. 2 of them came in the 7th inning. Justin Ruggiano pinch hits for Chicago. Well, if Loesch can get to the finish line here with no runs, he'll move into the top 10 in the league in ERA. And 3rd in the league in wins.
Mason Mars will go down to 8th. And Loesch will push his way into the 9th spot.
There's a bouncer to 3rd. Elian Herrera. And Loesch is an out away from a shutout. 2 up, 2 down. Sitting there at just 88 pitches. And they come to their feet. An appreciative crowd here at Miller Park. Over 36,000 trying to bring him home. Been throwing strikes all day. Loesch, 89 pitches, 60 of those for strikes. The Cardinals trailing 8-0 to the Giants. Giants have the lead late. That game's in the 6th inning. Brewers have a chance to add to their lead in the division. They could go back up 4 games with the Twins coming in. Brewers closed out the month of May with a losing record, but weathering the storm of injuries and suspension. 2nd best record in the NL as Loesch misses low. 3 balls and a strike. In the air to right. This is playable. And Kyle Loesch on a 93-pitch gem. A shutout this afternoon at Miller Park. The Brewers win it 9-0. And Loesch goes to 7-1. Has a 7-game winning streak. Loesch hasn't lost since April 1st. His first start of the year. Loesch beats Samardzija. And 9 innings with 6 strikeouts.
Looks like he didn't even break a sweat out there on a very hot day. Of course, he's in pretty good shape. What a performance by Kyle Loesch. A good turnaround after the Brewers got shut out yesterday. He puts up a 0 on the Chicago Cubs here today. What a way to end the series. The Brewers continue to roll here at Miller Park.
Pitching like an all-star. Matter of fact, he's pitching like an all-star starter for Ron Renicky. Kyle Loesch has made 12 starts. He now has 7 wins. 4 wins in April. He won twice in the month of May. And on the first day of June, he picks up the win for the Brew Crew. Scooter Gennett with 3 hits, including a home run and 2 doubles. And the Brewers take 2 out of 3 from the Cubs, improving to 34 and 23 to 11 over they go. And let's hear from the star today, Kyle Loesch, standing by with Sophia.
Thanks, Brian. Kyle, congratulations. Your 11th complete game shutout here. 93 pitches. How are you able to be so effective today?
You know, Luke called a good game. We played good defense, and I was able to locate pitches and execute the game plan pretty well. It helped out that we scored all those runs early, and anytime you get some runs up there, it makes it a little easier to go out there and put up good innings.
No pitch count higher than 16 in any inning. How much did that help you to get quick innings?
It obviously helps to keep it down and get you out there for the whole 9. And, you know, they came out swinging. If I'm locating my pitches, mixing it up, you know, those are the results you're going to get sometimes.
2 RBIs for you, pitchers raking and pitching complete games?
Yeah, I'm trying to get in there for the pinch hitting role, take it over for Yo.
All right, thanks, Kyle. Congratulations. And Craig, the 11th career complete game shutout for Kyle Loesch, does it on 93 pitches.
All you need are 3 letters, A-C-E. Ace of the staff, Kyle Loesch is emerging. Brewers Live is coming up.